From Nashville, Tennessee, it's Country Music Time, brought to you by your local Air Force recruiter and this radio station. Now here's the star of this week's show, Johnny Dollar.
That honky tonk music band's coming back to town. People are gonna congregate from many miles around. You'll get the feeling about the time the sun goes down. That honky tonk music bands are coming back to town. I always love that music with the beat. It makes me feel so good, you know, I just gotta move my feet. It might be country rock or even Texas roll. That honky tonk music sure enough satisfies my soul. Honky tonk music satisfies my soul. That honky tonk music bands are coming back to town. We call it Grand Ole Opry Roll with a southern sound. It's all the same out in the woods or right downtown. That honky tonk music band can lay 'em down. I always love that music with a beat. It makes me feel so good, you know, I just gotta move my feet. It might be country rock or even Texas roll. That honky tonk music sure enough satisfies my soul. Honky tonk music satisfies my soul. Honky tonk music satisfies my soul.
I'd like to welcome you to Country Music Time because I've been, even though the show's been around for years and years, I've only been doing them now for about 4 or 5 years, and this is my first time to get to meet you, and it's a real pleasure.
Well, Chuck, I've been on several of the shows, you know, down through the years, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning for the Air Force, and I'm looking forward to a big time on this program.
Well, I tell you, you've done, according to this little write-up I wrote, and it may even be outdated by now, you've had 8 hit singles and 5 albums, and it says that you have done so much here that it would probably take me the full 15 minutes or more just to list all of your accomplishments.
Well, when you've got a good press agent, they can write things like that. You know?
I thought maybe you wrote this yourself.
No, Chuck. I've been in the music business a long time. I've had quite a bit of success. I've met wonderful people all over this world, and I'm country, and I'm going to stay that way.
Johnny, you've been probably as instrumental in getting so many people in the country business started, and that includes writers and singers and almost every field of country music. How did it all start with you?
I struck out one day and decided I was going to get in the music business, and my dad said, "Son, you better get you a job." But anyway, I put my first band together out in Midland, Texas, and from there it was the Big D Jamboree and on to the Louisiana Hayride, then the WWVA Jamboree in Wheeling. I've been on the Opry several times and been in the business a long time. But I find it new and I find it exciting, and it's something new every day, and that's what I like about the music business.
Well, you've been given so many honors, gold albums and awards by all of the trade industries, just about everything there is going in country music. Is there one particular thing that probably gives you more satisfaction than all the rest, if you could just pick one?
The one award that I'm most proud of, I guess, is the Walkway of the Stars over at Hall of Fame. I have a suit on display over there, and I have the star out in the walkway. And, it's a long ways from that little tar paper shanty down in Kilgore, Texas, where I was born, to the Walkway of the Stars. And there's a lot of kids out there that's starting out right now that's trying to get into the business, and I'm working with new talent all the time. And I find it exciting and so much fun.
Well, there's a lot of people that are outside the music business or the country music business that probably don't realize that you've done some of the things you've done. I quite honestly did not know that you were the one that actually started the vocal backup groups and things on the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, that was not a direct tie-in. You see, I helped the 4 guys get started in the business. And at that time, I was the only artist on a major label on the WWVA Jamboree up in Wheeling. And we were in competition with the Opry, of course, and trying to do something to make it sound better up there all the time. So it was at my insistence that they hired the first background voices and to use on the Jamboree. We were the first show in the country to use them, and the four guys were part of that. I introduced the four guys one night as part of my show without anybody knowing I was going to do it, and they couldn't get them off the stage. And so we became very good friends and worked together a long time, and I made some phone calls and sent them to Nashville, and the rest is history.
Yeah,
whether I'm credited with starting background voices in the opera or not, I don't know. But we did start it first in Wheeling, and the four guys came down here as a result of it, and they joined the Opry without a hit record.
Yeah, that's probably unique too. I don't imagine there's anybody else that's ever done that.
I think Stonewall Jackson did it way back up the road, but there's only been one or two acts. But the four guys have had more encores on the Opry than anybody. They've had 33 consecutive encores.
Wow,
that's quite a record.
It sure
makes me proud.
We heard Honky Tonk Music Band when we opened the show with that, and it's a real up-tempo, lively song. Now you've got another one out that we're gonna do next. Tell us a little bit about that. It's called Unemployment Blues.
The writer of this song is a gentleman with BMI, and he's from Milford, Massachusetts. His name is Siggy John Lowe. United Press, they've been picking up on this piece of work. He's the writer, I'm the artist, and it's a thing called Unemployment Blues, and it's right for our times right now.
And here it is.
Have you seen those long waiting lines? They sure can make a man feel low. But it's still the same old story you see everywhere you go. I used to work for a big company that Congress wouldn't subsidize. So we got the axe when the deal fell through and the unemployment blues. Hey, you gotta stop right there and get in line. Now go fill this out. Here you got a sign. $6 a piece ain't much to feed your kids. I've got those unemployment blues. Now, Ronnie, when you ran for president, you promised us a cure for this. Now you gotta turn this deal around, and that ain't no buffalo chip. I hate to stand in the welfare line. I'd rather work for a full day's pay. But I have hopes for tomorrow when those unemployment blues go away. Hey, you gotta stop right there and get in line. Now go fill this out. Here you got a sign. $6 a piece ain't much to feed your kids. I've got those unemployment blues. No, $6 a piece ain't much to feed your kids. I've got those unemployment blues. The Unemployment Blues. And now here's Air Force Sergeant Chuck Hausey with a few words about the United States Air Force.
Thank you, Johnny. Science and engineering are very challenging fields in today's Air Force. We're working on new programs that will change the shape of aerospace technology for decades to come. If you're a student majoring in science, engineering, or mathematics, or if you already have your degree, there may be a place for you on our aerospace team. We'll give you important responsibilities right away. You can put your ideas to work, test your theories, and work beside experts in your field. Gain valuable experience with the most sophisticated equipment. The Air Force can help you start building your future, while you help build the Air Force of tomorrow. An Air Force representative can help you explore the opportunities in your field of interest. Give us a call today. The Air Force, a great way of life.
A picture of George Washington is hanging on my wall. I put it there some years ago, just when I don't recall. I saved this first $1 bill in a little 10-cent frame, but now the bill is worth a dime while a dollar buys the frame. Just yesterday I got my pay and it was much the same. It's not enough to pay my bills, Lord, it's a crying shame. Every day the price goes up down at the friendly store. I hate to buy the groceries now, this fact you can't ignore. There goes my money down the drain. What more is there to say? You cannot win, you cannot gain. Just watch it float away. There goes my money down the drain. It's almost like the rain. It comes in drops and goes like mad. My money down the drain. They build new cars that last a year with 40 months to pay. And so it is with all the junk you buy and throw away. Just go see the city dump right after Christmas time. For broken toys that cost $10 sure won't be hard to find. And now we hear it every day. Conserve, use less, pay more. Go 55 and stay alive. What else is there in store? It's what you give, not what you get. And I'd give anything to find a way out of this mess so we won't have to sing. There goes my money down the drain. What more is there to say? You cannot win, you cannot gain. Just watch it float away. Everybody now. There goes my money down the drain. It's almost like the rain. It comes in drops and goes like mad. My money down the drain. There goes my money down the drain.
There goes my money down the drain. Another song by Johnny Dollar. That's a neat song.
That's a dandy.
You listen to the words on that's about half true, isn't it?
You betcha. I just bought a new car the other day, and I got 40 months to pay on that thing, and you know how that goes.
Johnny, in addition to being a record producer and promotions man, recording artist, executive, and 15 other things, you're also a real prolific writer. You've written some songs for a lot of people, including Emmylou Harris and good grief, just tons of them. I think of her always because she's one of my favorite singers. Just off the top of your head, give me some songs you've written.
The song that I've probably made more money on in my career than anything I've ever been involved with is a thing called Big Whiz Sing For Me, truck driving song. And that piece of work went to #1 in England. It went to the top of the charts here. It was a best-selling album for me. Big Rig Rollin' Man was another big truck driving song I had. But this work that I'm doing right now is completely left field, and it's different, and it's country, and that's where I belong, and that's what we're doing.
Well, we're glad that you're country, I'll tell you that, and I'm glad to have you on Country Music Time for the Air Force, and I want to invite you to come back in less than 5 years next time.
Looking forward to it, Chuck, and I do thank you, and all you folks out there thinking about a career, think about the Air Force, because it's a good branch of the service to be in.
Country Music Time was recorded live in Nashville, Tennessee, and was brought to you by your local Air Force recruiter and this radio station. Technical direction by Pete Franquet. Engineering by Jack Logan. This is Air Force Sergeant Chuck Hausey saying thanks again to Johnny Dollar and reminding you to contact your local Air Force recruiter to get more details about the Air Force experience. It could be your ticket to a great way of life.